5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Color Me Poetry. This is Danny Queen. Today we're going to talk about justice. We're going to talk about the criminal justice system, or the criminals' justice system, if you will. My good friend Melinda Robertson is here with us today with her son Lucky. And we're just going to talk about, the ordeal that you've been through. Because I had you on a couple months ago, Melinda, and we talked about it.
Yes.
And it was a wonderful show. So we're going to pick up right there.
Yes.
A lot has happened since then.
A lot has happened. A lot has happened, and I'm just so...
Some prayers been answered?
Yes, yes.
We kicked the devil behind.
Oh, man. God is amazing. And just stood the course and just continue to trust the process. It was, I think I may have mentioned the first time when I was here that I was rushing the process. Because I just wanted my son home the first year.
Yes.
And once I started being able to trust the process, I was able to understand that.
That's the difference.
Yes, that God was using him. Yes.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing when you think about it. Lucky, I know you're glad to be home, man.
Man, it's a beautiful feeling, man. Marvelous.
Wow, you went through a lot.
Yeah, I went through a lot, man. Just learned a lot just about myself, God, just
moving in your life.
Yeah, just moving forward in my life, just really, and it really caught me in my prime when I was really just
How old were you?
transitioning. 20.
Wow, you was 20.
I was 20, so now I'm 24. I was just transitioning, just seeing what adulthood was really about. So just being around different type of personalities, different men that been in there from 20, 30 years.
Wow.
You feel me? All the way to 2 months.
No place to be.
You feel me? Yeah, it definitely ain't no place to be. But
no place to go home.
No, never.
Never.
But you can definitely learn from it. Learn from them brothers that's in there that never come home, that want you to come home and succeed.
Yes. And it's good to have brothers like that would encourage his brother. You don't want to be in here.
Most
definitely. You don't ever want to come back here again. I want to see you, but not here.
Yes. I think it also the fact of him being in his third year of college when this started also may have made those brothers reach out to him and say, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." You know what I mean?
But at the same time, they didn't know nothing. They only knew what I told them.
Yes,
They only knew what I told them. So at the end of the day, they just going off what they see, and me just handling myself as a man. I'm supposed to. You feel me? So it was definitely a transition.
That's right.
But God definitely made a way, and
But
we
your
here.
eyes were open.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So
Most definitely.
thankful. So thankful.
There's an old song by Earth, Wind and Fire said, "Open our eyes."
Yes.
It's an old piece from the 70s. I loved it. But yeah, your eyes are open, man. You said, "Wow, this ain't really about no justice." That's for the most part.
Yeah, man.
Ain't about no justice. They call it what they wanted, but it ain't justice.
Definitely wasn't justice.
Especially when it comes to us.
Right.
And like Richard Pryor, you say, you go down there and be just us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really.
Yes, it really is. It's sad but true.
Now, what were you going? And now, I know the last time you talked, but what if something? I mean, you were going through a lot as a mother, as a black mother. I know you were going through a lot.
It was just so difficult because as a mother,
You even look younger now than you did last time you
oh
did.
my gosh. Well, as a mother, when our children hurt, we hurt,
Yes.
and
right, that's right.
it's no. I equate the pain that I felt through labor, and anybody that's
Labor
given
pains.
birth knows
Wow.
the extent of that pain, and just the unknown, just not knowing where he is, who
What's gonna happen.
Exactly. It's overwhelming, and I think that as a mother, particularly a black mother, it's hard. But I believe that we go through to get through, and as a result of that, I'm stronger, wiser, and better. And I want to be an encouragement to other mothers in that position.
Wow, and that's the beautiful thing when you think about it. I like to share a piece simply entitled "The Law of Attraction." Fly high and dreams are forever fulfilled. You can have, do, and be what you will. Whether it's for better, for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. Focus on lack and life will give you even more of what you never knew you were asking for. As the law of attraction is but the master key, you are the sole creator of your own reality. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe. Graceful gratitude will open the door to a whole new world you never knew before. Focus beyond what you hold in your hand, for your every wish is a law of life's command. The power behind the mind's magnetic field is a way out of no way made real. And whether it's for better, for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe.
Yeah.
The law of attraction. In other words,
real.
what you
That's
think,
real.
the power. Ray always talk about the power of
Yes.
positive thinking.
Yes.
He used to always still say much of that, but he used to always say, pregnant with possibilities.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
It starts with your mind.
What you
And
think.
it's yes. And
Power
if
of the
you,
subconscious mind.
you have to believe.
You got to
You have to believe.
that you can be successful.
Right,
Okay,
and
what
that
it is
you
on
can
that.
overcome whatever the
Yes.
situation
Starts
is.
with what
Right,
you think.
it does. You know, because when you say you can't, you can't. But
You program
but
yourself.
when you say I can, I can. You
Mhm.
can. You know, and I just
Mhm.
you know either you're gonna look at it as the cup is half full or half empty. It's up to
Mhm.
what your thought process is.
Positive affirmation. I am, I can, I will.
Absolutely.
Take that with you. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, you can take
Yes.
that anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Because it's
Yeah.
going to start with what you think.
Mhm.
And what's been put, so a lot of our young people, what's been put in them.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a negative
about
seed
the
a lot of
vibe.
times.
It's about the energy
Yes.
that you give off.
There
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? It's just
That's the
about
energy. Right
positive and negative. You feel
Mhm.
me?
Which
And
way you
got-
gonna go?
Right, you got the choice.
Wow. I was thinking about that old movie, but with, I forget his name, had the blue, what I'm talking about. The blue pill and the red pill. What's the name of that
Yeah,
movie?
yeah, I forgot about that, but I know exactly
Which
what
way
you're
you
talking
gonna
about.
go?
Mhm.
I can't-
Matrix.
The Matrix, yeah.
Okay.
With, who's the actor?
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And Lawrence Fishburne. Remember they had the blue pill and the
I
red
don't think
pill.
I watched that.
Yeah, it was
I
deep.
know that, The
You don't watch
Matrix.
stuff
I know.
like
I know.
Yeah, but it was
Uh-huh.
deep, because
Okay.
it's all about choice.
Right.
The choices that you make, or sometimes the choices we don't make.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
And that's what it comes to. Now you've done a lot since the last time you were here.
Yes,
Mhm.
God has been faithful, and
All
I
the
continue to,
Yes.
to
And the prayers of the
just-
church as
Oh,
well. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I thank God for the
Community.
support system, for the community,
Mhm. Talk about
for
that.
Union Temple Baptist Church that has definitely been
Talk about it. Yeah.
been instrumental in helping me through this
Mhm.
process. In June, I released part two of the Above Ground Railroad.
All right.
And,
Mm.
just to kind of continue to bring awareness to
Mhm.
what the process has been for us.
Mhm.
And it has just been well received.
Now, part two it was very painful.
It
The
was.
first part was very painful.
Mhm.
With the second part, this was after he was already released, or
No,
was it before?
part two picks up at the sentence modification hearing in May 2018.
Okay.
When I was assuming and expecting that
Mhm.
they would take their time away, because at the end of the day, he had already served 2 years.
Already.
And at
Let's
that
get a
point,
close-up there. Mhm.
right, he had served 2 years at that point, and he had a sentence modification hearing after
Mm-hmm.
waiting for 2 years. And I was thinking that, wow, okay, he's here. So
Mhm.
he was denied. The judge said that
Hmm.
she didn't feel that there was any reason why it should be modified. But as it turned out, she was a alumni of the university. So
Oh.
so it's just the system is just wicked. So it was
And they
just
know.
always
It's
another
It's a
stumbling
lot of
block
behind the scenes,
stuff.
a lot
That
of stuff
you
that they
don't
don't see. You feel me? Like it's more of like, as somebody says, fake news. You dig what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
basically like they just show what they want to see, but behind there's so many conversations and so many actions that's going on.
That
That's
people don't see,
that's
don't know.
conniving. That's really
Yes.
playing just like puppets in somebody's hand, and it's
Right.
and his lives at stake
And
though.
people-
You feel me?
yes.
So people don't really be feeling where dude be coming from just because that's not them in that situation. But when
So-
it's really you, it
Right.
really opens your
That's
eyes
firsthand.
Right.
Yeah.
first
Exactly.
hand. You feel me? So anybody that go through that situation, I definitely want to help them. So, and I'm definitely glad my mother is doing the same thing for mothers. You feel me?
Mhm.
That's because it's a painful experience. I had never, as a mother, I never felt so helpless. But I never. The blessing is though, even though I felt helpless during that time, I never felt hopeless. I always knew that
You
God
have
would
faith.
use this. I knew that God was in the midst of it, and I knew that God was breaking my son down to build him up. So I think right now, it made me realize that the criminal justice system is unfair and it's unjust, and there are
It is
just so many
unjust, of
things,
course.
and then we need to bring about change because as a black mother, then we have always been the backbone to our families. So, and when we are able to come together as one, then that way we will be able to start holding this crooked system accountable and bring about change.
Well, look, you had the faith too. You know that it's gonna work. It's gonna be worked out. You know
Most
that.
definitely,
Yeah.
like
And you knew your mom was in your corner, but ain't nobody else.
most definitely, like
Yeah, that's true.
that's my rock, that's my everything. But
That's
it's
why I
just
love
like-
that old song. Say, I always love my mom.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
most
my
definitely.
favorite girl.
Yes.
That song good any time of the year, not just Mother's Day.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the power of a mother's love, man. I mean, you know, because like when you was here, sister, last time, I was just feeling. I'm like, oh God, man, I'm just feeling it, because I know, you know, the pain of what mothers go through.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing about it is that God is faithful, and in the midst of all that pain, I found my purpose. And my purpose is to start this nonprofit organization.
Okay.
I'm
Talk
going
about
to,
it.
Black Mothers for Justice.
Oh.
Hashtag BM4J.
That's right. That's right.
BM4J.
So, yes.
Y'all remember
so,
that?
Yes. So it's a support system that I've created for mothers of wrongfully or willfully incarcerated sons. I believe that
Is it limited to sons?
Not necessarily, but that's been my experience.
That's your focus.
Right, exactly. It doesn't matter what their justice is, but it's for their justice. Black Mothers for Justice. You know, for thousands of years, black mothers have witnessed their sons hanging from trees.
Well, yeah.
You
Come
know
on.
what I mean? I mean, the mothers,
we know.
they witnessed, like Emmett Till's mother. So,
Can you imagine?
no, I can't. But the reality is that black mothers have been broken for so long because when our children hurt, we hurt. And some mothers, because of what the system has done to their sons, went into a depression so deep they never made it out. And Black Mothers for Justice is a network, a system for mothers to come together.
Support group.
Exactly. And to be connected with mothers that's been there so that we can kind of encourage them and let them know how to be effective in their fight for justice. It isn't that they don't love their sons or their daughters, they just don't know what to do. So they don't do anything.
Yes.
But Black Mothers for Justice is going to change that. We're going to implement a plan for mothers to come together, city to city, state to state, and be able to connect as one. And when she's going through her hurt, pain, shame, and guilt, she can talk to a mother that's been there, because they will be judged. I felt judged. I felt like people looked at me because of my son's, that situation. They judged me, but they never knew me.
And they didn't know his situation.
They didn't know the situation.
Right.
But I want to encourage mothers to know that we can stand together as one and fight this system.
I can't begin to imagine the pain that these mothers went through who have lost their sons, like the mother of Trayvon Martin.
Right.
What's the brother's name? Jordan. I can't begin to imagine the pain that they've gone through.
Yeah, and my heart aches.
That's definitely a different pain, because you
Right.
can't get them back.
Right.
She could talk
Yeah.
to me every day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I've just had, I've listened to some artists, I can't remember the artist's name, but he was talking about how his friend died, but he died and he was basically saying like, damn, like, you should have just stayed in jail. And it's like, damn, but that's real though, because you're alive in jail. You feel me? Like,
Right,
you still
yeah.
can live another day rather than you
Live
really
another day
being
to
out
look
there
forward to,
and get
yeah.
killed now. You feel me? Then you can't come back from that.
No.
So it's definitely
So
like,
yeah.
that pain is definitely
The pain.
devastating.
It's
You feel me?
devastating either way. I mean, it's particularly when it comes to that. But let's talk about the book, and for this book here, you went a little deeper.
Yeah, I did actually. I picked up at the sentence modification hearing, which was denied, and then it just takes you through the different. Then he had another court hearing in October 2018, and he was denied that. And the thing about it is that the accessory after the fact charge was overturned in 2018. So I'm thinking, okay, it's been overturned by the Court of Special Appeals. So when we go to court October 31st, October 2018, I expected them to dismiss the case. No, they didn't dismiss the case because the state challenged the ruling. Like, okay, we don't agree with that. So that was just another delay tactic. So in April,
now this is all new to you,
right? So in April 2019, they dismissed the charges.
You would think she a lawyer now,
right?
The way she be. Like, that's
right.
I just want my mother to just be unstressed now. Like just let it be in the past and just move forward. Like just be great. Like whatever we want to do now. Like that's a burden that's off our shoulders.
Yes, but the blessing is to be able to uplift and encourage and empower other mothers.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
I understand that.
Because what you've gone through,
right.
the other mothers going through the same thing.
Exactly, and they have gone through it, and they will go through it.
And you don't want to see any mother go through it.
Exactly, and the thing about it is that in the midst of the pain, that was my purpose. And I understand now that my purpose is to try to bring other mothers through this system and to try to bring about change. Even if it's not in my lifetime, that Black Mothers for Justice, I want this to be an organization for generations to come.
Advocacy organization.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I can honestly say that today I thank God for the breaking because it was through the breaking that we got into the making. I feel that I'm definitely stronger, wiser, and better as a result of this. I know that my son is stronger, wiser, and better as a result of this. And I just give God the honor. Right here with you. Yes, yes, and I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful.
Yes, that's, oh man, that's something. Because the last time you was here, you know, we were talking about it, and this is a blessing to see him sitting right there next to you.
360. 360. God do it. 360 all the way around.
He did a 360.
Like, in his time, though. Like, in his time.
Yes.
And that's the blessing of it.
Yes, yes. And the thing is, the system is just so wicked. Because even in the midst of all of this, so again, April 2019, it was dismissed a second time. And when we went to court on June 11th, they gave him a $50,000 bond. A $50,000 bond, even though the conviction has been overturned 2 times.
So I don't understand that.
They do whatever they want to do. Exactly.
Already, then
you
where
would
the
think
bond
that would have been
because they got
automatic
remanded for a new trial. It didn't get automatically overturned.
So they have to put another bond on it.
Right, but to remand it for another trial, so I'm just trying to see, he did 3.5 years for a charge that's been overturned 2 times. This is just how wicked the system is. But I just want to say that I pray that this organization will bring about change because there are old Jim Crow laws that are still on the books. Like for instance, prosecutors and judges have complete and total immunity. So they can do whatever the hell they want to do and never be held accountable. Stuff like that has got to change, and I pray that this organization will bring about that kind of change. Because we can have prison reform, but if we don't start at the top with those judges and prosecutors,
you start from the top down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
because
not from the bottom up.
Because that's where the corruption starts.
At the top.
Right.
Yes.
But God is amazing. He is so faithful, and they didn't expect a single Black mother to be able to afford to pay the bond. You understand what I'm saying, Danny? But my father is rich. And it's paid. Wow. And I just want people to know that just continue to trust the process.
And work to make it happen, to make it better. You got to work to make it. You can't stand on the outside looking in and say, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
But see, the
no,
thing
you got to be involved.
But some people don't know. That's the thing. See, you know, the mothers, they want to do something, they don't know what to do. And in the reality, I have 30 plus years of experience in working in law firms.
Okay.
So that gave me an advantage. So I know how to effectively communicate and converse with these people on their level. And unfortunately, a lot of mothers don't know how.
Yeah,
but that's why, but that's why this organization is going to take them, and we're going to be able to build together.
Well, this organization is so important because it helps. You're going to help to educate mothers who don't know, family, and community who don't really know.
Definitely, because
where to go and where to turn.
Exactly, because they're coming for our sons younger and younger. I mean, at the age of 16, their names become suspect.
Probably before
it becomes dead. Really, at 14, depending on how big they are.
Depending on the size.
The size of them. They're intimidated by them. But, you know, it's a new day, and I'm just grateful.
So what do you, like both of the books, what do you what would you want to convey to the audience who people may be going through the same thing and looking for somewhere to turn in terms of information? So what is that the books you want to?
The books basically just tell the story from the beginning to end, but it also shows my pain as a mother, and mothers should be able to gravitate to it and be able to say, you know what, now we'll try this and I will try that. I believe that it's important for the mothers to feed their spirits so that they can feed into this, they can pour into their sons. I want them to understand that the 3 minutes, the 3 minutes that they have to talk to them, use that time to empower them, read a scripture to them, just something to build them up, and just the importance of feeding their spirits.
That's important.
It's so
right
important.
There. Like you said, feed their spirit.
You got to feed your spirit.
Yes.
You know, I mean.
She said it to me every day I was in jail.
Really? What'd she say?
Even when I'm at my worst of days, man, I'm not trying to hear it.
Right. And
But it was definitely, I needed to hear it. So.
Yeah, there were times when he was like, I don't want to hear that. You know, no one knows what I'm going through. No one is in here but me. But there were times that he was silent and he allowed me to read and feed his spirit.
Wow,
So.
that's so important. That helped you though. When you might at the time you might be like, oh, mama. But after that,
it always helped me. I never
Really?
neglected it, but it was just some days.
You didn't
It's
wanna-
like, we've been saying this for a whole 90 days, and it's like, all right, this 91st day, come on, man, I'm not trying to really. Okay, it's okay for me to have a day and feel how I feel, but just don't stay there. You feel
But
me?
there's power in repetition, bro.
Yeah, most
I'm
definitely.
telling you, there's power in repetition. I like to share this. Born to be blessed, food for the soul. On the wings of faith from heaven on high, you need to know that you can make it if you try. Life will always put faith to the test through it all. And through it all, you got to know you're born to be blessed. But success is not yours to have in the first degree without setbacks, challenge, and lifelong adversity. The day you were given a breath of life is the day you were blessed with the divine birthright. When in your heart and soul you know you're born to win, you can never lose a sense of who you are within. The reality of a dream come true is based on faith, focus, and follow through. To know you're born from the seed of success is to know in your soul that you're born to be blessed. From the wings of faith from heaven on high, you need to know that you can make it if you try. Born to be blessed. You got to believe you're born to be blessed.
Definitely.
You know, there's two ways about it. Now, there's another book that you have here.
Yes.
That you.
I survived.
Wow.
I was one of the collaborating authors in this book, and with some.
Yeah, hold it up so we can get a good picture of that.
Yes. I was one of the collaborating authors in this book that was compiled by Jessica Mosley from Indiana.
Okay.
And I was just so honored.
And who is Jessica?
Jessica Mosley is the Miss CEO,
Entrepreneur?
She is.
Advocate?
Yes. She is not really an advocate, but she is a boss lady from Indiana that is just on fire and just traveling the world. And she allowed me to be a part of this collaboration.
How she know about you? You know her before? How she know about you?
Actually, I met her on Facebook, and you know, I followed her, and she's just an amazing woman that really wants women to win. And she embraced me after reading my story and seeing my different posts about my fight for justice. And she just asked me that I want to be one of the collaborating authors. So I was alongside some amazing women in this collaboration, and I'm just so grateful.
No, please read this excerpt.
Okay, my chapter was entitled "The Criminal Justice System versus the Black Man." The criminal justice system in America is a black man's worst nightmare. It has become the norm for police officers to murder innocent black men and get away with it. Following Trayvon Martin's senseless death, we adapted the Black Lives Matter mantra, but the reality is that when it comes to the criminal justice system and law enforcement officers, black lives really don't matter. If black lives matter, then perhaps Michael Brown and Sandra Bland and the countless others who have been murdered by law enforcement officials would still be alive. If they aren't being killed by the infamous stand your ground law or law enforcement officials, they are being incarcerated for simply being black.
Wow, how powerful. What were you thinking when you wrote that?
I spoke from the heart.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely, it was this whole process that I've been through, it just made me see it for what it's worth.
Wow, it's like you were just. I mean, it just came from another place. I mean,
Right.
because it flowed so well. Did it take you long to come up with that?
No, actually it didn't. Because I prayed about it and I just asked God to just give me the words to share. And when you do that, it just flows.
How's the writing process work for you?
It's been therapeutic in this situation.
Wow.
But I'm an author that have always written from my past experiences because I feel that is what resonates with readers.
And you write from feeling?
Yes, definitely, definitely. So I'm expanding, I'm growing, I'm learning.
At the same time?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Was it hard for you, say, for instance, when you started the first book? How?
It was initially, but I had a conversation with my dad. I had a conversation with my dad, and I told him that I was thinking about writing a book, and he asked me what the book would be about. And I said it would be about teen pregnancy because 11 and 12-year-old
You didn't bring that.
were having babies at an alarming rate.
Right.
So,
Wow.
and he said, hey, kid, if anybody can do it, you can do it. I said, go for it. And I went home and wrote my first chapter that night.
Oh, wow. So Dad, I know you do it. Go on.
Right, exactly. Unfortunately, he transitioned the year before I released the book. But
Oh, wow.
I thank God that he encouraged me and he believed that I could do it, and
That
I did
encouraged
it.
you to
And
do
so
it.
here we are, 7 books later.
Wow. Oh, yeah, what did 7? Because you didn't bring those 7 in. You only bought 3 in here.
Right, I know, I'm sorry I didn't bring all the other books, but
Let's talk about the other books as well, even though we don't have them.
yeah, well, you can always go to my website,
Okay.
melindarobertson.com.
Okay.
But the
Pick up on it.
the book, the 05 I released, Motherhood But You Don't Know for teen girls.
Was that the first one? Was
Yes.
that in 2 parts?
So in 2007 I released Fatherhood What You Ought to Know for teen boys.
Yes.
Because society tends to minimize the responsibilities of a boy. So
As well.
as the teen father. So I felt it was necessary to write about to let boys know that there's a lot that they don't know. For instance, like the money that they are having to pay today. Back in the day they have these seeds and walk away from them, but that's not so easy to do today. So just
And it
trying to
shouldn't be.
bring,
It should never be easy.
It should
No,
never
that's your
be.
seed. Seed of your seed.
Exactly.
That you bringing into the world.
Exactly, and fatherhood, what you ought to know is also I want young boys to know that just because their fathers weren't a part of their lives, that they had even more of a obligation to be a part of their children's lives. Because so many men said, "Well, my father wasn't there for me, and I'm good." But
No,
you're
that's
not
all the
good.
more reason why
right,
you
but
should-
you're not good.
Right.
And I want them to know that just because your father wasn't there for you, that should make them even more determined to
Even
be
more
there for their
determined.
children,
Yes.
to break the cycles and stuff like that. So then in 2014, I released Mistaken Identity. About I switched genres and
Was that a new thing for you?
yeah,
to go
well,
in
I
that
mean,
direction?
it's about expanding.
Yeah,
It's
you
about
have to expand,
expanding,
yes.
right? So,
course.
and I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful.
Well, but what was that about, though? I mean,
Mistaken identity?
Yes, please.
Oh, it's about a 30-plus-year-old woman that was living life on her own terms and getting caught up in a rapture and just doing.
So that's important because you're giving us a thumbnail sketch of what the book is about. Because people say,
Right.
"Oh, what's the book about?" No, you don't want to get the whole
It's
book
about
away.
right, exactly. So it's just about a woman living life on her own terms.
Okay.
She was single and independent, and but when it came to matters of the heart, it was always she had problems.
Where'd you get that title? It's a catchy title.
Mistaken Identity.
Yeah,
Um,
because a lot of us have mistaken identity.
I know. See, the thing is, you always want something that's going to resonate. You know
Yeah,
what
well,
I
that's
mean?
true. In
And
terms of your
so,
title,
I mean,
yeah.
because it's, yeah. So I just thought that would be kind of catchy.
Yeah, that was a lady one time. She thought I was one person and I was somebody. I said, "That ain't me." I'm thinking about your books, Mistaken Identity. That's not who I am. They all get it twisted.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Lucky, what's next for you, man?
I got a lot of projects that I'm just trying to start branding off right now. Right now, I'm trying to order some more shirts. I had some shirts called.
Get that entrepreneur spirit.
Yeah, most definitely. But I'm trying to order some more shirts. My brother, a man I call my brother, since I've been locked up, he came out with some shirts called hashtag It Wasn't Luck. So, and I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, I do like that. And he had the clove on it, so it's like, we got different colors, different sizes. So I'm trying to order some more of them for real. And then I like the meaning just because it was saying like it wasn't me in my situation, and at the same time, it wasn't luck. It was destined for God to put me through what I've been through. So it's definitely a good meaning behind the shirts, and the shirt's cool.
So you're gonna have positive affirmations.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
So
that's the key there.
yeah, so I mean, I got that going on. I'm trying to get this my fitness trainer, Victoria's workouts going on.
Okay.
Starting October 1st, hopefully. That's what I'm. That's
No,
what
that's
I'm,
we gonna. That's
yeah,
gonna
we gonna
happen.
claim that.
Yeah, we gonna claim that.
Yeah, we gonna claim that.
Absolutely.
We gonna claim
Absolutely.
that. But it's just I got just transitioning from being in to being out and just get my foundation back right. I'm just trying to.
Now you know what I said earlier. Remember what I said earlier, Lucky? I am. I can.
Yeah, and I
I
will.
will. I ain't no trying. I ain't trying to do nothing. No,
Yes.
this is what's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Because this one I'm gonna make happen. In fact, I want to share this with you. This is not one of my pieces, but I love this piece. And actually, it's by George Clinton and James Allen. You do know who George Clinton is.
Yeah.
I know Lucky may not know.
Lucky
Mama
don't know.
Mama don't know.
Yeah, I
Department
definitely know.
Funkadelic. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So this is the piece that he wrote with James Allen some time ago. But I love this piece because I love what it says. Because it's so true. Oh, that maybe George Clinton called me that. Hey, George. Yeah, you know I know George. Yeah, huh? So this is good thoughts, bad thoughts. Travel like a king. Listen to the inner voice. A higher wisdom is at work for you. Conquering the stumbling blocks come easier when the conqueror is in tune with the infinite. Every ending is a new beginning. Life is an endless unfoldment. Change your mind and you change your relation to time. You can find the answer. The solution lies within the problem. The answer is in every question. An attitude is all you need to rise and walk away. Inspire yourself. Your life is yours. It fits you like your skin. The oak sleeps in the acorn. The giant aquarius sleeps in this tiny seed. The bird waits in the egg. God waits for his unfolding in man. You gravitate to that which you secretly love most. You make in life the exact reproduction of your own thoughts. There is no chance, coincidence, or accident in a world ruled by law and divine order. You rise as high as your dominant aspiration. You descend to the level of your lowest concept of yourself. The infinite intelligence within you knows the answer. Its nature is to respond to your thoughts. Be careful of the thought seeds you plant in the garden of your mind, for seeds grow after their kind. Every thought felt as true or allowed to be accepted as true by your conscious mind take root in your subconscious, blossom sooner or later into an act and bears its own fruit. Good thoughts will bring forth good fruit. Bad thoughts will rot your flesh. Think right and you can fly. The kingdom of heaven is within. Good thoughts, bad thoughts.
Yes.
What you think? That makes sense to you, man?
Yeah, most definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely makes sense. It just what I get from that, and just what I get from my whole situation is just just being in tune with God and just being in tune with the higher power and yourself.
Yes.
Just knowing yourself. Like I really had, like, before I got locked up, I didn't know myself at all. I was still learning, even though everything looked good. That's what I'm saying.
You're a
On the
20-year-old
camera,
baby, man.
yeah, but everything,
Yeah.
it felt like you supposed to have it, like. And I really didn't, and I really didn't even know who I was or really what I really wanted
It
to
opened
do.
your eyes to a whole nother.
Most definitely, and I learned myself when I was in there, and I learned who God was, who Jesus is, what the Spirit is, and it just opened up a whole nother life for me. I feel like, so that's why I feel like when I went in, I feel like I paid for all the karma, all the negative things, all the bad thoughts that I had back that you never really pay for, to the little things, to the big things. You feel me? So it's like I was in there, just had to get settled with God. You feel me? And come out a better man.
You had a lot of time to think.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's all you do in there. Sometimes but sometimes overthinking is not that good. You gotta, you feel me?
Yeah.
A lot of if you overthinking, make sure it's positive overthinking.
Yes,
feel
because that's gonna be the thing that makes the difference there.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy to think about negative stuff.
Right.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right.
Yeah, well,
And another thing that kept me out of just trouble, just kept high spirits, was laughing and music.
music.
Yeah.
Oh, talk
most
about that.
definitely. Just
What is it about music that really helped you?
just the spirit. It's like when
Calm.
you really musically inclined, it's just a spirit that just
Any particular
call
type
you.
of music?
Even with me, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I mean, I prefer hip hop, rap, or whatever the case may be. But it's like when you a real artist, you listen to any type of music.
Everything.
Like I be I try to include hip hop because I'm a hip hop artist. I try to include any type of beat and still come with a hip hop type of flow.
Right.
But including myself. Like that's another thing. I found myself musically inside of jail too. So it's like I definitely got a lot of projects coming out.
Your pieces.
We gonna
Hey, go ahead, pick some pieces up, man.
we gonna keep it cool right now. But y'all can follow me on the on Instagram at Luciano1.
Okay.
And I got my first day out video and all that, so it's on YouTube. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we need to know that. If you got product out, we need to know it so people can go to support you, man. That's why we're doing this. Yeah. And it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
You know, you got to promote yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'm always in for support, supporting young people, whatever they do. As long as it's positive,
Definitely.
I'm with it.
And it's important.
And it's important.
To be supportive of them.
Yes, it is. Because I know I was when I was coming up. I'm like them old heads, man. They don't know. But I listen to older people though.
Well, that's all I was in. That's all I was hanging around when I was in there too. All the old heads, man. I want to run around with the youngins, man.
Really? Why you prefer to be with the old heads?
I mean, they prefer to be around me. They say I got an old soul for real. I come.
Old spirit.
Yeah. That's what they say.
Yeah. Well, maybe sometimes people can see things in you.
Yes, I named him after my father.
Oh, really?
I named him after my father, so he does have that old spirit.
Wow.
Yeah, my father was, one of the greatest men I've ever known. So
Really?
I was honored to be able to give Lucky his name.
Oh, wow.
So,
I didn't know that. So you got his middle name?
Well, his name's actually Harry, his first name.
Yeah, Harry.
Yeah, that's my
Harry Lucky.
Yes.
Wow.
Harry
Lucky
Lucky.
blessing, Harry. Wow. And that's beautiful when you think about it, man. But you've come a long ways.
Yes. Through his grace. Through his
So
grace.
I've known you for years.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I am definitely, I've been a member of Union Temple now since 1987.
Yeah.
So over
I've been there a
30
long
years,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've been there a long time.
through the ministry,
Yes.
I have definitely grown to be the woman of God that I am today. And I thank God for their ministry because had I not been a part of this ministry, I don't know where I would be in this process.
And that's the difference.
Oh, it's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
It's definitely having that foundation was everything.
It made such a difference in my life with the young person coming up.
Yes, absolutely,
Knowing
absolutely.
about your heritage. That
Yes,
makes a difference.
definitely. And then, being able to show up in the midst of the storm, you still have to show up. And that's what I want people to understand, that no matter what is going on, you still give him the glory. You still praise him no matter what, because he is in the midst of it. So I'm just grateful.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I know some people might not think she know what she talking about. She know what she talking about.
She knows.
She
know how to get a prayer through.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She know the spirit is in her. And she definitely won't get it all, man.
Wow. And that's it. Go on and hug your mama right here on the air, man. Everybody see it. Wow. That's a blessing, man. Hey, I ain't never had nobody on the air before. That's the first time, man. It's gonna go all over, man. I ain't never even said hug nobody.
Well,
We hug after we go
that's
off,
the
though.
power of that mother and son bond.
That's the power of love.
You know what I mean?
That old song by
It's
Luther, The Power of Love? Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if it's a mother and son. I think that a mother and son has a different type of bond. But I have a beautiful bond with my daughter because my mother and daughter is just as strong.
So what's the difference? Is a different feel?
Well, it's different.
I don't have any kids. So
it's a different feel because mothers and daughters. I'm a mother. She's a mother, and she was able to learn from me and learn how to be a mother through me, and the bond that we share is just so special and different. Mothers and sons is different because they are the opposite. The opposite sex, and it's harder. Let me tell you something. The hardest job, I believe, the hardest job for any black mother or any mother to do is to raise a boy to be a man, because we're not equipped to do so. We're not equipped to do
definitely
so.
can't do it.
So.
So, because you can't be a man.
Because I've never been a man. Exactly,
Yeah.
it's a man.
Certain things you can't teach.
Exactly. So, but the thing about it is that it's such a blessing because they had places in place like the Concerned Black Men, and which he was a part of from the age of 11 to 16.
Wow, and that's the big difference.
Right. So as mothers, we have to seek organizations or men to be a part of our sons' lives that can help them transition from boyhood to manhood.
And Concerned Men, that's what they do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Their Say Yes program. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he was a part of that from the age of 11
Oh,
to 16.
wow.
So
Well,
that
that's-
helped me. And he met with professional
Now-
black men every Saturday morning at the
Mhm.
Thurgood Marshall Center.
Wow. You remember that, Lucky?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. That was a help too.
I mean, man, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it all the way on it with you, man. We gonna keep it raw. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like it's all on your mindset. It's all on that person's mindset. My mother definitely did everything over the board of what she had to do as a mother, exceeding the expectations. You feel me? But it was all on me, and I didn't want it. I didn't receive it. And me being the
But it
man
was
that I
there
am
for you.
today,
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely there. Me being I accept it. Like I don't sugarcoat nothing now. Like
Right.
it's just like if it was, that's how I was feeling. I'm not gonna try to make it seem like
No,
that's what it
it's
was.
not.
No, yeah, I'm gonna definitely be honest. So now, like it was definitely always around me though. But I wasn't.
But you didn't
I was
partake
always
in
like I was like at
Yeah.
the end of the day I was young and I was like at the end of the day I didn't have a father.
You didn't see the
never
significance of it.
never met my father. So it's like at the end of the day. I'm not about to, it was like at the end of the day, I was feeling like as a youngin, she was trying to force, you feel me to have a man or whatever. If that's not my father, that's not my father, that's not what it is. So I shut everything down. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't care about, and then I had other homeboys that they didn't have fathers either. So
Similar
that's what it
situation.
is. So it was like
Yeah.
brothers. I didn't care about no other man. You dig what I'm saying? So,
But that's where you were at that time.
yeah.
But as you look back now, you can see what she was trying to do.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And
Most
significance
definitely. But
of
it's
it,
like, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, you can do everything.
But it's
but
on
it's
you
all,
as
it's
the
all on that
individual.
person.
Yes.
You dig what I'm
It
saying?
is.
So
You
I
think
receive
about
it now. And that's why I'm good. That's why I'm in a whole nother light. You dig what I'm saying?
Wow.
But that
But it's all
back
about
then,
the process, though.
it definitely is. But it's
Yeah.
like something I
You
never
couldn't see it
thought.
because you were young.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I know every Saturday morning I took him.
Well, you're like, man, Mom, why you trying?
I know. Well, there were some times that he,
Yeah.
it is what it
But it
is.
was
But we do the
important,
best
though.
that we can.
Yes.
And I encourage
Just trying
any
to help.
mother with a
Trying to help.
Yeah, that's
boy
all right.
to-
She's saying the knucklehead. That's what I'm saying. She's saying the knucklehead tendency. So she tried to do this, do that, all the way around. But at the end of the day, if your mindset is set on knucklehead, you're
Yeah.
gonna be a knucklehead wherever you at.
Yeah, but at
It's-
least you've been
it's all
exposed to
the
those
time.
who are not knuckleheads.
It's all the
Yeah.
time.
Absolutely.
That's
So-
where she was coming
Right,
from.
right.
Yeah.
So it was all around it. But then you had other knuckleheads where it's like the parent was
Yeah,
on the
that's
same
true.
thing. The parent, well, we need to put all these knuckleheads in this, you feel me, in this program. But it's like,
Well, some of your peers were doing, they would, I understand because I had,
I'm just keeping it raw, like
Yeah.
what it is for real. Like,
No, I understand.
It was
As a young
supposed to.
person-
It was supposed to. Yeah, be young. Yeah, we all come together, and then it's
And-
like,
and
yeah,
help,
we look
yeah.
up to y'all, and it's like, but as a 14-year-old, you feel me? Just
yeah, you
being
wouldn't
exposed, man,
feel
we
that
ain't
because you
look-
didn't know.
Yeah.
The information that you had at that time.
Right, yeah, the
wasn't
information that
helpful.
I know, right.
It's only when you look back.
Right.
And
It's
you say,
only.
wow.
Right.
When I look back, because my grandmother helped to raise me, and I look back and say, oh, well, first I was like, grandmother's old, she don't know. At the beginning. But then when you look back, some of the things that grandma said to me at that time, sometimes, when I think about it, it wasn't for that time.
Right, exactly.
It was for some time
Because
down
if
the
you don't
road.
get it now, you get it later.
That's right.
Right.
That I didn't see and couldn't
Exactly.
see. And didn't
Right.
want to see.
Right.
When I look back, I say, hey, you know what? Grandma was right with some of that stuff she said.
Right.
You know? But you have to live. You have to live,
Exactly.
do some living.
Exactly.
When you do
because,
some living, you'll
because
look
as
back.
mothers, we can be overbearing, and then boys definitely going to buck, and they're going to reject
That's
it.
right,
and
when they get a certain
resist it.
age.
But you're steady saying like, I don't want this, and this to happen, or I don't want this,
Yes.
or you know what I mean. And the thing about it is that a lot of times, just like in life, they're going to do it anyway.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
going to
You
find
can't-
they
whatever.
have to find their way.
But, right, they got to
Because
find their way.
experience is
Yeah.
the best teacher. But at some point in time, when you get by yourself, you're like, wow, Mama said it was going to be days
Mama-
like this.
Mama
Mama
said
said,
there'll be
you
days
know what I'm
like
saying?
this.
Mama, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, and we
Did
get,
you-
we get what we get when we get
Did
it.
you do that, Lucky, at some point? You said, damn,
No,
Mama
you
said
know I
we'll do
did.
it.
You know I did. I felt, man. I felt like at one point I'm like, man, did she jinx me? Because
He even told me that one time. He was
no,
like,
because she
I'm
always used to be in the car, always talking about one of her friends. You feel me? Like, yeah, don't be doing that. You know, he just had, and I'm just like, man, dang, she was
Look
just
at
saying
that.
this.
Man, that was the power of Mama's love, man. That's
Yeah.
what that was.
Most
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. You might have thought of it that time. You said, oh, she's telling me this again. But no, when you look back, you said, that's the power of a mother's love. You know? Yeah, I'll always love my mama.
Yeah, this was the thing though. She used to always say it like when it was more recent, so it was probably like when I was like 12, 13, 14.
Right.
15
Well, that was the age
at
to
the
say
most.
it.
Nah, I understand it, but then it's like, man, I'm just like 20, like around the 18, 19, 20. She wasn't saying it for real. I don't remember even
Well,
having,
she
but I
already
remember
playing.
when we used to be in the car in the little sunfire.
Really?
And she always used to say it, but like when I was in cars and all that, nah, I ain't never used to.
But you know what?
Like, jail was never a picture in my. I couldn't even picture jail because I never.
Right.
You feel me? So it was like, damn, just having to be like when they snatched me out of there, out of the house, and they was like, yeah, you just going to homicide. All right, cool. I was already. They already came to come get me the month before. They ain't. You feel me? Wasn't nothing. All right, cool. Y'all,
And
what
they
y'all
decided
want
to come back.
Hey, what y'all coming back for? Like 3 years later.
Wow.
3 years, 3 months, man. But God is good, man, and
Yeah.
we here.
But see, those things Mama was telling you about earlier, she was planting the seed. She knew the seed wasn't going to come up right away. I want to speak for you, but does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah, she was planting the seed. There's some things you're going to go through in life.
Right.
Okay.
I remember, Danny, I used to be pen pals to all the guys that were incarcerated. I grew up in Southeast, so people used to always say, hey, Linda Robertson write everybody. She writes
used to write
everybody
too,
because,
pen
I
pals.
worked at, so.
I only wrote women, though. But
So
anyway.
I would write, and I would,
Yeah.
communicate because
I
I'm
used to
just,
do
that was just something that I did.
Yeah,
And I
I
remember
did
this
that.
brother, Lucky must have been about 5 or 6, and his brother said, why don't you come and see me and bring your son to see me or something like that. And I mean, I like cursed him out. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I don't ever want my son to step foot inside of a penitentiary. And if he does, it's not going to be because I took him there. Let's be real clear about that.
Wow.
So I was definitely one that definitely is something that was a part of my plan for my child. But as
And it certainly wasn't his plan at 20.
right, but as you grow in the word, you understand that we have no say so. It's all according to God's plan, and we have to trust Him.
I definitely read a scripture like, I don't know if Paul said it. I can't remember who said it, but he was basically saying like, who are you to say what you doing tomorrow? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna do that. Who are you to say you doing this next week? Like, you feel me? It's all on God when He's
There's a
on.
word that we
Yes.
say in Islam. It says, Inshallah,
Yeah,
which
inshallah.
means if it is God's will.
Yeah, God willing.
I never heard
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
that. Okay, you heard that?
Yeah, you know, I just came out the
yeah,
plane.
yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
know.
I know, right.
Everybody
right,
think
right.
they salam me every day. Every day
It's
I
all
wake
good,
up.
though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. God is the greatest.
Yes, He is.
Yeah.
I
In
ain't
any
know.
language, Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest.
Right.
You know? Yes. Melinda, what people want to get in touch with you for speaking to gamers and also about your organization, how can we do that?
Oh, okay.
And your books also.
Okay.
Drop all that out on us.
Yes, my website is www.melindarobertson.com. The Black Mothers for Justice website is, I'm going to launch this probably Monday,
Okay.
but it's www.blackmothersforjustice.
Yes, you
and
gotta
that's
keep that
going to
there.
be, that's
You
going
do
to
a
be
hashtag
coming
on
out.
that too.
Yeah, hashtag,
BM4J.
yes, BM4J.
Love that.
Yes.
Acronym,
And I can be reached via email, melindarobertson35@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, and the books out there.
Yes.
Run through all the books.
Okay, all the books are available on my website.
Give us the names, sister.
Okay, Motherhood, What You Don't Know.
Okay.
Fatherhood, What You Ought to Know.
Mm.
Mistaken Identity. The Above Ground Railroad. I Survived.
Mm-hmm.
And the Above Ground Railroad too.
And in closing, I'd like to share this piece and dedicate it to all the young people who may be listening. Because I'm special. Because I'm special, I have my sense of self and it's not for sale. I know who I am and I refuse to fail. The power of I am is the mind's master key. For the way of the will is the life force in you and me. The sacred source of all life's wealth is simply in how you look at yourself. Because I'm special. I know who I am and I've got the power to succeed. And in the spirit of faith, I got all that I need. A blessing in disguise of evidence of things not seen is a secret of success and the seed of self-esteem. Because I am that I am, there's no way I can let myself down. Hang-ups and setbacks are only stepping stones to higher ground. Because I'm special. I love my sense of self and it's not for sale. I know who I am and I refuse to fail just because I'm special.
Yeah.
We've been talking with my good friend Melinda Robertson and her son Lucky, and we've been talking about the new book. And y'all go out and get the book 1 and book 2.
Yeah.
Give us the title again.
The Above Ground Railroad 1 and 2. about a mother's fight for justice against a wicked, racially biased criminal justice system.
Thank you, sister, for coming to share
Thank you
with
so
us.
much.
We're gonna have you.
Thank
back
you,
again.
brother.
Lucky, keep your head up, man.
Most definitely.
Remember what I said? I am. You say it with me. I am. I can.
And I will.
Ain't no I'm trying. No, we ain't trying nothing. This is what we're gonna do.
This is what we gonna do.
It's positive affirmation. I'm
Absolutely.
Danny Queen. This is Color Me Poetry. Until next time, Color Me Poetry. Love, peace, poetry. I am. I can.
And I
I will. Be at peace.